Hello everyone and welcome back to Replacement Player Baseball. Today we're going to see Game 3 of Cubs at Pirates. The Cubs come into this record with a 5-6 record, 3 games behind the division leading Pirates, who are at 8-3. The Pirates have won 5 straight and taken the first 2 games of this 4-game series. Let's see what our starting lineups are going to be today. The Cubs, visiting Pittsburgh, will start out with a lineup of Jason Heyward in right field, David Fletcher at second, Anthony Rizzo at first, Javier Baez the shortstop, Kyle Schwarber in left, Chris Bryant at third, Albert Almora in center. Backup catcher Josh Phegley will get the start today. And the former Pirate, Chris Archer, will take the mound for the 3rd time this season. He is 0-0, but with a 4.82 ERA and a 1.29 whip. The Pirates will be starting with Jared Dyson in center field, Kevin Newman at short, Josh Bell at first, Gregory Polanco in right, Brian Reynolds in left, Adam Frazier at second, Victor Caratini catching. He was traded for the other pitcher, the Cubs starter Archer, Eric Gonzalez at third, and the Pirates starting pitcher will be Mitch Keller. He is also making his 3rd start of the season. He is 1-0 with a 4.76 ERA and a 1.50 whip. And let's play some baseball. The Cubs will send the lefty Heyward up to lead off the top of the 1st inning against the Pirate right-hander, Keller. We have rain in the forecast today and 56 degrees in Pittsburgh. Pirates putting a 5-game winning streak on the line. Here is a 2-2 count and the pitch. Heyward swings and misses on a pitch that's pretty well outside the zone. Got one, Heyward chased one right there. Fletcher, now the batter. He was also acquired in a trade and has been red hot for the Cubs so far this season. 2-0 count to Fletcher with the pitch. Fletcher hits it into short left field. Reynolds runs in and makes the catch for the 2nd out. Rizzo will now bat with a full count and 2 out. And Rizzo hits it hard to left field, but again, right at Reynolds out in left. He is retired for the 3rd out of the inning, and the Cubs do not score. We go to the bottom of the 1st inning with a 0-0 game. Archer on the mound, facing his former team. 2-2 count. Archer looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Struck him out looking. Excellent pitch selection there with the circle change. And Archer retires Dyson for the 1st out. Newman now the batter with 1 ball and 2 strikes. And gets a weak ground ball right back to the pitcher. However, Newman is motoring down to 1st base, and he manages to beat the throw because Archer hesitated a bit before throwing to 1st. Well, Pirates have a runner on 1st and 1 out, and Josh Bell, yesterday's player of the game, is up to bat. He skies it out to right field, short right. Fletcher goes out to make the catch, and Bell is retired for the 2nd out. Newman holds at first, no opportunity to tag up in advance. Polanco now batting from the left side with 2 outs, 1-1 count. And Polanco hits another little nubber on the ground. The catcher, Fegley, pops up and throws to first to retire the Pirates in the bottom of the first inning. Going to the top of the second, Baez will be the leadoff batter in a 0-0 game. 1-2 pitch. Keller. And Baez lifts it to left field. It looks like that's going to be caught, and it is. 1 down for the Cubs, top of the second inning. Schwarber now the batter with a 2-2 count. Schwarber waves at an outside pitch. Got Schwarber to chase a bad one there. Similar pitch to how he struck out Hayward in the first inning. Bryant now will hit against Keller with a 2-2 count. And Bryant just watches strike 3 go by. That was a slider on the lower outside corner, and there was just nothing Bryant could do with it. As he walks back to the dugout nodding his head, muttering to himself, it looks like. Reynolds will now bat in the bottom of the second, facing the Cub pitcher, Archer. Full count. Archer looks in. Here's the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss on a slider. Nice selection there by Archer. And Frazier now will bat for the Pirates with a 1-0 count. And he hits it pretty hard to right field. Sounded like a nice crack on the bat, but it looks like Hayward is going to be there. And he pulls it in on the warning track. 2 down now for the Pirates. It is officially raining here in Pittsburgh. 0-1 count with the pitch. Bouncing ball over to first, and it bounces off Rizzo's leg. He did not field that ball cleanly at all. I wonder if the rain had something to do with that. Caratini now standing on first, talking to Rizzo, former teammates over there. Gonzalez now the batter. Archer still pitching with 2 outs. And he strikes him out with a slider. Called strike 3 to end the inning. Well, the Pirates get a base runner on the Rizzo error, but do not score. And the Cubs will come up with their 7-8-9 batters in the top of the 3rd inning. Keller with the pitch. It is a bunt over to third base. Almora is quick, but he's not fast enough to beat that throw to first. He's thrown out for the first out. Fegley will now bat. 1 out, nobody on. Up the middle, the pitcher Keller grabs it, throws to Bell covering first, and 2 men are now down. Archer will bat for himself. Full count. Archer with a big swing and a miss. That was a fastball at 95, and Archer could not catch up with it. Go down to the bottom of the 3rd. Still a 0-0 game. Archer will start out pitching against his opposition, Keller. 1-2 count. And he throws the fastball right past Keller. A little bit of how do you like that? Striking out Keller for the first out. Bet that felt pretty good for Archer right there. Dyson now the batter with 1 out. Nobody on. Dyson hits a grounder to the side of the mound, but Dyson is very fast. Archer does not react fast enough. The throw to first is late, and Dyson is standing on first with an infield single. Pirate shortstop Newman will now bat with a 2-1 count. He hits it on the ground. Archer reacts a little quicker this time, gets it over to second to try to start the double play, but Baez is not able to complete the relay to first. So fielder's choice for the second out. Pirate first baseman Bell will now bat with runner on first and 2 out. Here is the pitch. Bell hits it on the ground. Rizzo fields this one cleanly, takes it to the bag himself, and shows that he hasn't actually forgotten how to field his position. That'll retire the Pirates in the bottom of the third inning. Top of the fourth now. Cubs have turned over the order. Leadoff hitter Hayward will bat against Mitch Keller. 1-0 count with Hayward batting. Hayward hits it up the middle. The shift is on. The shortstop Fields on the first base side of second. And Newman throws it over to first to retire Hayward. The shift was well positioned. Otherwise, Hayward might have gotten that into center field for a single. Fletcher will now bat with a 1-1 count. Fly ball to center. Looks like this will be a routine play. And the center fielder Dyson reaches up for the catch. 2 down now for the Cubs. Rizzo batting, 2 outs, nobody on. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Rizzo is hit. I don't really think that that's what was intended there. With a 2-0 count, I think he was just trying to come inside with him, but he caught Rizzo's arm or elbow maybe. He's got that elbow protector, so maybe Rizzo even leaned into it a little bit, but he is standing on first now, and Baez the batter with 2 outs and 1 on. 0-1 pitch. Baez hits it on the ground to third. Ball is thrown to first to retire Baez and end the inning. Going to the bottom of the fourth now. Archer pitching for the Cubs, and a 0-0 game. 3-1 count. Archer with the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Almora seems to have a good line on it, and he makes the catch for the first out. Reynolds now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 3-0 count. And Reynolds watches ball 4 go by outside. Makes his way down to first. Frazier now the batter. 1 out and 1 on. 2-1 count. He hits it into the gap in right center field. That is going to be an extra base hit. The runner is rounding third, but then he stops and retreats to third base as Almora got the ball back in quickly. Reynolds standing on third, Frazier on second with a 1-out double. Pirates threatening here in the bottom of the fourth. Caratini now the batter. And what are they going to do with Caratini? Full count to Caratini. And he hits it on a line into center field. Almora Fields, 1 run is in. Caratini has an RBI single as Frazier stops at third base. He advanced from second. Gonzalez now the batter with runners on the corners and 1 out. 0-2 count. Also hit up the middle, but Fletcher gets to this one, and he muffs it. It looked like that just bounced off his glove. He maybe closed his glove a little too quickly. Fletcher looked like he had an inning-ending double playground ball. He's not able to field it cleanly. The Pirates have another run score on the Fletcher error. That will be scored as an unearned run. Runners are on first and second now with 1 out. Keller the batter. Lays down a bunt down the first base line. Rizzo fields. Fires to Archer, covering first. And the Pirates now have second and third and 2 out. Dyson the batter. 1-0 count. Dyson hits it up the middle. Archer fields cleanly, throws to first, and that'll end the inning. Pirates score 2 runs and now lead the game 2-0. Schwarber will lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 5th. Full count to Schwarber. And he watches ball 4 go by outside. Schwarber trying to show a little bit of discipline there at the plate. Draws the walk. Bryant will now bat. He represents the tying run with a 2-2 count. And he strikes out swinging on a changeup. The change of speed had Bryant pretty well fooled. He was way out in front of that pitch. Almora now will be the batter. Schwarber still hanging out on first base. And 1 out. 1-2 count to Almora. Ground ball to third, over to second for the first out, relay to first, and ends the inning. A double play ground ball will end the top of the fifth for the Cubs. We're going on to the bottom of the fifth. Archer still pitching for the Cubs. Pirates will send 2-3-4 batters up to the plate. 1-2 count. Archer with the pitch. A well-hit ball to center field. Almora is there. He gets it on a bounce. And the batter Newman cruises into second with a double. There was really no chance to throw him out at second. It was well hit to the deepest part of the ballpark. Bell now the batter. Archer sitting at 74 pitches now. 1-2 count to Bell. And that is a wild pitch. The runner on second will advance to third. The count goes to 2-2. Full count now with Archer. And he pops it up to right field. That's going to be shallow, and Hayward has a pretty good arm. He guns it back into the infield. And Newman decides not to test Hayward's arm. He just hangs out right there at third base. 1 out now. Runner still standing on third. Polanco the batter. 1-0 count. Popped up on the infield. Fletcher and Rizzo converge, but Fletcher calls him off. Puts it away for the second out. Archer really needs to hold the Pirates right here. Keep this game at 2 runs and give the Cubs a better chance to come back. Archer will pitch now to Reynolds. 0-2. And there is a fly ball to center field. That'll be routine for Almora. He catches it, and Reynolds is retired for the third out. The runner on third does not score. The Cubs still trail 2-0. Now, Archer, the pitcher, is due to come up second here in the top of the sixth. I think it's very possible we're going to see a pinch hitter coming up. But Fegley will be the first batter with a 2-0 count. Fegley hits it on the ground, the right toward Bell, and Bell throws to the pitcher, Keller, covering first. Archer will now be allowed to bat for himself in the top of the sixth inning. 1-1 count to Archer. Here's the pitch. A weak ground ball over to third. Relays over to first, and Archer is retired for the second out. Hayward now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-0 count. And Hayward knocks it into center field for a base hit. He makes a big turn at first base, but decides against trying to advance. The second baseman Fletcher will now come up with Hayward standing on first. That is the Cubs' first hit of this ball game in the top of the sixth inning. Keller has looked really sharp today. Fletcher will now bat with a 3-0 count. And Fletcher watches ball 4 go by. Hayward heads down to second. Fletcher is standing on first, and Rizzo the batter. Cubs top of the sixth inning. And this is probably their best opportunity so far to get on the board. Rizzo, routine ground ball to second. He takes a long stretch from the first baseman Bell, but he pulls it in for the third out. Rizzo grounds out to end the inning. Archer will now come out to pitch the bottom of the sixth. He will face the 6, 7, 8 batters in the Pirate order. 2-2 count. Archer with the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Baez has it. Throws to Rizzo. 1 out. Now in the bottom of the sixth. Caratini the batter. 1-1 count. Here it comes. Caratini hits it into right field. A diving Hayward makes the catch. That is what the Cubs are paying for, some elite defense out in right field. Caratini might have just been robbed of an extra base hit. That ball would have gone all the way to the wall if Hayward had missed it. 2 outs now. Nobody on in the bottom of the sixth. Archer with the pitch. Ground ball to third. Bryant shuffles a bit over to his right. Fields throws to first. Pirates go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the sixth. We go now to the top of the seventh. And Baez will lead off for the Cubs against the Pirates starter, Keller. He has thrown 6 innings so far, only 78 pitches. 0-2 count to Baez. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. A fastball at 100 miles an hour. Keller has really got it going on today. And for him to throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball after 81 pitches is actually quite impressive. 1 out now, first pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Newman has it. He was playing near second base by the shift. And Schwarber is thrown out at first. Brings up Bryant. Cubs still down 2-0. 2-2 count to Bryant. He had his first home run yesterday. And that is going to not be a home run. That is going to be a routine fly to left. Doesn't even make it to the warning track. Bryant flies out to end the top of the seventh. And now we go to the bottom of the seventh. Pirates still leading 2-0. Archer is coming out for his 7th inning of work. He is at 96 pitches. And he is going to start out by facing the Pirate pitcher, Keller, who's also batting for himself. 1-2 count. Archer gets him to ground weakly to Baez at short. Baez to Rizzo. 6-3 to record the first out. And now David Ross has said, Chris Archer, you've done enough for today. Thank you for your efforts. We're going to bring in the lefty. And Brad White is going to be brought in to face the lefty Dyson at the top of the Pirate order with 1 out and nobody on, bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 count. White looks in, and he gets the pitch. Ground ball to short. Baez. Wash, rinse, and repeat for Baez. He throws out the next runner at first base as well. Keller and Dyson both grounded out to short, and we have 2 outs now and nobody on. Newman now will bat. 1-1 count. Newman punches it in right field beyond the outstretched glove of Rizzo. And Newman earns a single with that base hit. Brings up first baseman Bell, who will bat from the right side for the first time today against the lefty White. 2-2 count to Bell. Bell hits it into the gap in left center field. That's going all the way to the wall. Almora chases it down. He fires it back into the infield, and he gets it back in quickly. The runners hold at second and third. Pirates now have runners on second and third with 2 out, and Polanco the batter. The lefty Polanco will face the lefty White. 2-2 count. And he hits it right up the middle. There's no chance of a play for Baez. 1 run is in. Second run is coming around third. He gets home. He is safe. The throw is late. 2-run single for Polanco. He advances to second on the throw home. And that's going to give the Pirates a 4-0 lead. Reynolds now is the batter. The Pirates have scored 2 runs after there were 2 outs. Cubs cannot seem to close out this inning. White will pitch to Reynolds now. And they intentionally walk Reynolds to bring up the lefty Adam Frazier. Still trying to play that lefty-righty matchup game. Well, White will now pitch to Frazier. Full count. Another base hit over Baez's head into center field. Almora fields, but the runner rounding third and coming home is going to give the Pirates a 5-0 lead. Reynolds advances from first to third on that single. Frazier is on first. And the Cubs, David Ross walks slowly up to the mound. He's seen enough of White. He's going to bring in the righty Mills to face the switch hitter Caratini. Still 2 men out. Runners on the corners. Mills the pitch. 1-1 count. He gets the sign. And that is skied into left field. Schwarber chasing. He has plenty of time to get under it. And he records the 3rd out. Mercifully, that inning is finally ended. The Pirates score 3 runs and extend their lead to 5-0. Meantime, on the other side of the diamond, Mitch Keller has so far thrown 7 innings with 1 hit and 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. The Pirate starter is coming out for his 8th inning of work. He is going to face the lower third of the Cub order. To Almora, 1-1 pitch. Almora hits it up the middle, and a diving Dyson makes an excellent defensive play, steals a base hit from Almora. And it was well hit, looked good coming off the bat. But ultimately, Dyson robs him of a base hit. Fegley now is the batter with a 1-1 count. Fegley hits it hard into right center field. That's off the wall, near the scoreboard in right center field. He slides into second with a double. Nice piece of hitting there by Fegley. Cubs get their 2nd hit of this game in the top of the 8th inning. Ian Happ, the switch hitter, will be the pinch hitter for the Cubs in the pitcher's spot. Happ will bat from the left side against the righty Keller. 1 out, runner on second. 2-2 count with the pitch. Happ swings and misses. 2nd out of the inning. And that will be it for the Pirates starter. Mitch Keller throws 7 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Presently, he would stand to win this game if the score holds. The Pirates are up 5-0. He is responsible for Fegley standing out at second base. The lefty Erlin will face the lefty Hayward with 2 outs and a runner on second. 1-1 count. With the pitch. Well hit into left field, but Reynolds is going to be there to make the catch. It was hit right on the line, but pretty much directly at Reynolds and left. He just had to take a couple steps in to make the play. Going now to the bottom of the 8th. Pirates still up 5-0. McGill is the pitcher, and he will face 8-9-1 in the Pirate batting order. 1-1 count to Pirate third baseman Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. Well hit left center field. That is gonna clear the wall. He hit that one all the way out into the bullpens in left center. And the Pirates now have a 6-0 lead. Pirates will send up Kevin Kramer as a pinch hitter to bat from the left side against the righty McGill. Full count. McGill comes with the pitch. And that is high for ball 4. He lost him with a very high pitch. I don't think there was any chance of Kramer really swinging at that one. McGill now pitching to the Pirate leadoff batter, Dyson. With nobody out and a runner on first, 1 run already in. 1-1 count. There's a soft liner at short. Baez fields it. He looks at first, but Kramer scrambles back. He was not about to be doubled off on that line drive. Newman now the batter, the Pirate shortstop. 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 count. Ground ball to third, and Bryant kicks it. The Cubs defense has been suspect, to say the least, today. That is the 3rd error of the game. Cubs infield defense in particular. Fletcher made an error, Rizzo made an error, and now Bryant has committed an error. And what should have been an inning-ending double play has now resulted in the Pirates having first and second and 1 out with the red-hot Josh Bell coming up to bat. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch to Bell. Hit hard. Rizzo picks it up right in front of the bag. He decides to walk up and step on the bag and then throw to second. But the runner is safe at second because a tag is required. There was no force at second because the runner at first was retired first. And the tag was late on Newman. 2 outs now for the Pirates on the fielder's choice. Runners on second and third. Gregory Polanco, the batter. First pitch to Polanco. And he pops it up to center field. I believe Almora is going to get to this one. He's tracking and he pulls it in. 3rd out. Pirates score another run. They are now up 6-0. Jeff Hartlieb is the new pitcher for the Pirates. The Pirates used a pinch hitter in the pitcher's spot in the last half of the 8th inning. Now we're here in the top of the 9th. The Cubs have their 2-3-4 batters coming up, and Fletcher will lead off. Full count. Here's the pitch. Fletcher hits it to right field, pretty high. Lots of time for Polanco to get underneath of it, and he makes the catch for the first out. Rizzo now will bat. 1-0 count. 1 out. Nobody on. Rizzo hits it on the ground to Bell at first. Bell fields cleanly and heads over to the bag. Beats Rizzo in the foot race to first. Baez now will bat with 2 outs and nobody on, and the Cubs down by 6. 1-1 count to Baez. Here's the pitch. Baez hits it hard over to third base, but pretty well right at the third baseman. Gonzalez picks it up cleanly, throws over to Bell to end the game. And the Pirates are victorious again. They go to 9-3. The Cubs drop to 5-7. Player of the game here, no surprise, Mitch Keller. He threw 6 innings of no-hit baseball. His final line for the game, 7 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts on 99 pitches, and he goes to 2-0. Archer for the Cubs had a pretty respectable line in his own right, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. And unfortunately, because the score was 6-0, it didn't really matter how many Archer gave up. He was going to get tagged with the loss. Thank you for listening to Replacement Player Baseball.